kind of funny, isn't it? How often we'll sit and we'll ponder on our futures and our purpose in this world and what are we supposed to do with our lives, and we have all this time that we're alive, and then we start to fall into the doubts about being able to do things with our life, and then we start to fall into the worries and the stresses, especially the older you get and the more close you get to adulthood, or once you finally hit adulthood and it smacks you upside the head and you're like, oh, that's right, I have to be responsible now. A lot of us freak out when we start to get into a certain age range or when we just finally realize. But in the Bible, in Psalms 32, verse 8, God says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. How great is it that we can just know that we do not have to worry? I know that sounds crazy, like, what? Because something in the Bible said, oh, I'll instruct you and counsel you. He's not just saying that, though. He has a purpose for each person he put on this earth. He knows how many hairs are in your head. He knows everything about you inside and out. He knows things about you that you may not even know about yourself just yet, that you won't learn until way, way in the future. Because God knows that if we knew everything about our lives from beginning to middle to end, like a giant timeline, we would be freaked out. If we knew, say, there's a timeline, the middle, if we knew that we had all this stuff leading up to it, we would be so freaked out because we'd be like, I don't know how I'm going to get through all that to get to that point, especially not to get to the end. That is why God doesn't reveal to us all of his plans for our lives, because he knows that as humans, we would be freaked out and we wouldn't understand how am I going to get to the point of, like, say it's like a big job. How am I going to get to that? I'm not good enough for that. Those are the thoughts that the enemy will put in your head. Those are lies, granted, but we believe them because we're human and it's hard sometimes not to. But God, he knows how we're going to get through it because we're going to depend on him and we lean on him, and that is how we'll get through that. And granted, he won't tell us we're going to have to walk through it, but that's because he loves us and he doesn't want to stress us out. But we will get through it with him, and he'll counsel us, and he loves us, so he will walk through all the trials in our life and get us up to our purpose, and he has a plan for your life.